the last class, we were discussing about the industries of various industries in India and over the world. इसके बाद में we have one more portion left, that is mode of transportation है, that we will discuss later on, because we in coming chapter also we want to study that. So यहाँ छोटा सा एक topic है, वो the details से we will study about that. So we are moving to the next unit, that is regarding the resources, and in that first topic is about the soils, classification of soil, their distribution, their characteristic, everything comes. Especially it is regarding the Indian context. So today we are saying about soils of India. So before going to the soils of India, what is this soil stand for? So soil is a loose material consisting mainly of smaller particles, heterogeneous particles. इसके अंदर बहुत कुछ चीजें है, mainly comprising minerals है, multiple minerals है soils के अंदर. It is actually the broken rock particles है, broken rock particles. It also contain humus, so dead remainings of plants and animals or the excretions of plants and animals है, वही humus content भी है. So that is a major contribution of soil. So it is a loose material, or we will say it as regolith. So in situ mein we will say it as regolith hai. When it is transporting to some other places, this loosened material, we will say it as soils. We have different texture for the soils. We will say soil, sands, clay, all these almost the same hai, based on the size, grain size se ye to alag hai. So that is this heterogeneity, heterogenetic mineral compounds है इसके अंदर. Along with that, it consists of humus content. So when we say generally these two components are there, but if you take a soil profile, then it also consists of porous spaces which is being occupied by water and air. ये जो water है और air है इसके अंदर. So this water content usually we will say अभी aquifer. नहीं है तो we will say the drainage capacity of the soil, or when sometimes we will say about the saturation point of the soil. So there are different terms which represent the water and the air in the soil. So in a soil, if you take, we can split that into 4 parts. One is the mineral part, second one is the humus part, third one is the water part, and the fourth one is the air or the gaseous part. In this, if you take 45% is the mineral part and 5% is the humus. This is on an average I am saying. कुछ soil में ऐसा है ह्यूमस कंटेंट ज्यादा होगा, कुछ में तो मिनरल कंटेंट ज्यादा होगा, कुछ soil में तो water content ज्यादा होगा. It depends, varies. In general, for a soil, if you take it 100%, almost 45% is the mineral compound, and the remaining 5% is the organic or the humus compound. Remaining consists of 50% consists of water and air. So this is how it is be distributed. Soil, what is the important? We socho if the earth's surface is fully covered with only covered with rock, rock है, तो क्या होगा? It is very difficult to survive on this. उसके अंदर घर नहीं बना पाएगा, trees तो ये तो नहीं, इसका तो growth नहीं होगा. There are multiple process which is depending on this soil. So maintaining Earth's ecosystem, soil is one of the important factors. And when we say about the characteristics of soil, it consists of इसका ड्रेनेज कैपेसिटी है, दैट इज द मॉइस्चर कंटेंट, इसका टेक्सचर कैसा है, इसका ग्रेन, दैट इज द ग्रेन साइज कितना छोटा बड़ा है, मीडियम साइज का है, बड़ा साइज का है, ये सब। देन द वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी इसका कितना है, इसका कलर कौन सी है। सो ऑल दिस कम्स अंडर द characteristics of the soil. Even the fertility of the soil also we can say is one of the characteristics of the soil. So when we are classifying the soil, we usually take these characteristics. We are grouping the soil based on the characteristics. In Indian context or the world context or the local context, whatever the context, we will take some of the characteristics of the soil, that is the homogeneity of the soil, and we will classify it. There are certain importance to the soil. Soil तो ऐसा है without which life is almost impossible on the earth surface. Some of the importance of the soil are, first one, it's decide the nature of agriculture and the crop. अभी एक soil है, so when we say about the crop distribution, तो क्रॉप डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में we will say yes, it will be grow on a fertile soil में है, ग्रो करेगा। नहीं तो एग्रीकल्चर पैटर्न, माउंटेन सोइल में एक होगा, प्लेन एरिया में दूसरा होगा, अलुवियल सोइल में दूसरा होगा, दैट इज अ फर्टाइल सोइल है। ब्लैक सोइल में क्या है, कॉटन ग्रो करेगा। सो इट्स डिपेंड्स, इट्स वेरीज बेस्ड ऑन द पैटर्न ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड द क्रॉप प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑन दैट, इट डिपेंडिंग ऑन द soil type. Then provides minerals and metals. If you, for example, if you move to the coast of India, especially the southern coast of India and some portion of the east, southern coast of the coastal area, especially the western side, if you look, we have heavy metals there in the coastal beach sand. Beach sand में heavy metal है. How it is coming? It is coming from the Western Ghats region से. It will be eroded. It will be transported by multiple rivers, and it is being deposited on the coastal area. So it provides heavy metals like power generation के लिए monoxide, ये ऐसा radioactive elements is radioactive minerals is provided. So ऐसा है, if you take any of अभी iron content, when we say about the ore, we said it is being located in the Chota Nagpur region. ये कैसे है? Because the soil which is existing there consisting of these minerals. Then support large biological communities. अभी as a human beings, we are very much efficient, but still for our existence also we are depending on soil. अभी यहाँ soil नहीं है तो क्या करेगा, घर बनाना तो मुश्किल होगा, एग्रीकल्चर के लिए इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, तो क्या खाएगा, तो वो भी प्रॉब्लम है। बहुत कुछ वी आर डिपेंडिंग टू मच ऑन द सोइल, स्पेशली फॉर एग्रीकल्चर पर्पस के लिए वी आर डिपेंडिंग। लाइक द सेम all the animals grow and the plants kingdoms is depending on the soil for the growth of plant, for providing nutrients to the organisms, for water, availability of water, ground water. अभी पूरा ऊपर पत्थर हार्ड रॉक है तो क्या होगा, पानी गिरेगा, it will be gone as runoff, नीचे पानी नहीं होगा। If you dig a borewell to the hard rock, we don't get water. Because of the presence of the soil, it allows the water to infiltrate and it will retain water there. That is why we have underground water. So that way also it supports life on the planet. Then helps in regulating the climate. Climate को regulate करेगा. For example, when we say about the insolation, incoming solar radiation and the terrestrial radiation, तो क्या होता है, sun's energy is coming to the earth surface as short waves, तो short waves से आएगा and it will hit on the earth surface. earth surface में कहाँ पे hit करेगा, it is hitting on the soil. Mostly it is hitting on the soil cover method, and it will go back as long wave. So it helps to re-radiate the incoming solar radiation, and it helps in terrestrial radiation. थोड़ा hot temperature धरती के सबसे नीचे लेयर में preserve करने के लिए soil is helping. Another thing, it helps in the growth of trees. We know trees are helping in climate change के लिए trees are helping. So it helps indirectly helping the climate. Then stores carbon. So it's a carbon sink है. जैसे we know that every plant and animals, everyone has carbon in it. So when it dies, it will be part of the soil. That is the humus content. So it helps in storing the carbon. So it's a carbon sink. Without carbon cycle, life is not possible on the Earth's surface. So in multiple way, if you take, you can add 100 more. So that is the importance of soil in, especially to maintain a life on the planet. Now we can move to the different types of soils in India. So generally, agriculture research, ICAR, Agriculture Council of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, has divided the Indian soil into mainly into 9 categories से divide किया है. It includes, so most of the name you are familiar with, that is one is alluvial soil, then the black cotton soil, red and yellow soil, laterite soil, mountainous or the forest or mountainous and the forest soil, arid soil or the desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peaty and marshy soil. These are some of the important soil. This consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 important soil types in India. Let's see each of these in detail. First one is the alluvial soil. So that we know, this is the most fertile soil which is been available throughout the world. World में सबसे ज़्यादा fertile soil which is been made as a result of the river deposition. So it covers about 15 lakh square kilometer. That is about 45.6% of the total land area of India. So ये कहाँ पे है distribution? If you look at that, we know that we have major 3 Himalayan rivers: Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. In this, Indus is going to Pakistan and empties to Arabian Sea. But we have the Ganga and we have the Brahmaputra. So these 2 rivers is depositing most of the sediments in the mainland, especially in UP, Punjab, ये सब region में, Delhi, ये सब region में it is being distributed. Ganga, Brahmaputra or its tributaries, and some of the tributaries of Indus is also deposited. So it makes the Great Indian Plain. Great Indian Plain is mainly this alluvial soil, widespread in northern plains, and we have main rivers in the south side में आने से plateau side में we have peninsular rivers है. Ganga, Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. We have multiple rivers there also. So they are also depositing this alluvial soil. Other than this, we have the coastal soil, coastal alluvium, which is being the result of rivers deposit karega, and on the other side we have the sea. Sea से भी इसका deposition है. So that is known as the coastal, in the coastal areas of India. So Aisa Pura, if you take, that covers almost 45.6%. If you take the total area of India, it is almost 32 lakh square kilometer, right? Out of 15 lakh square kilometer is covered by this alluvial soil. Then what are the peculiarities of this soil? It consists of humus, organic content ज़्यादा है, consisting of lime and बहुत कुछ organic matter इसके अंदर, and this is the highly fertile soil. जो भी soil है इससे सबसे अच्छा, I am saying about the riverine alluvium. Coastal alluvial soil is comparatively less fertile than the riverine alluvium. Riverine alluvium, which is the result of rivers made by the riverside, and they are actually the depositional soil which has been transported and deposited by rivers, streams, etc. And regarding our country, sand content decreases from west to east of the country. So ऐसा है deposition. We are saying about the mainland. This is the shape of Ganga. So यहाँ this is the western side and this is the eastern side. So इसी side में we have maximum sand deposition. So sand is the fine grain नहीं है, fine sand clay सबसे हाई ग्रेड. सो इसके ऊपर ग्रावल है, तो ग्रेन साइज में सैंड इज इन द मीडियम लेवल में आता है. सो सैंड साइज इज डिक्रीजिंग फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट. ऐसा है alluvium soil. And there are certain names you want to understand. That is, we have already discussed that when we studied about the northern plain के बारे में पढ़ा है उसी time. It's consisting of new alluvium known as the 𝐾𝐏𝗶𝗆 and the older alluvium which is known as the 𝐵𝗃𝗃. 𝐾𝐏𝗃 and the 𝐵𝗃𝗃. यह तो कैसा है? If a river is flowing, ऐसा flow हो रहा है, so it will deposit alluvium soil near to it, very closer to it. So this is actually the new alluvium that is known as the 𝐾𝐏𝗃. But पहले एक river ऐसा जा रहा था and it has its floodplain, ऐसा बीच बीच में flood होता है, तो it almost covering all the areas. ये पूरा area में there will be deposition. So that is actually the older. अभी deposition नहीं है, ये पहले deposition था. And when there is flooding होने से फिर deposit करेगा, chances है, but currently there is no deposition. These are old alluviums, that is known as the 𝐵𝗃𝗃. So these are the two type of alluvium. And when we say about the characteristics, if you look at the color, it varies from light gray to ash gray. So in general, it has gray color and sandy to silty to clay. So when we take about the, I will show you the picture how it varies. So when we take the texture wise, the fine grain texture is clay and coarse grain is the sandy one. So ऐसा है इसका texture and it's consists rich in potash है. So potash is very important part of the fertility. बोलने से potash is very important and poor in phosphorus है. And it helps in the growth of wheat, rice, maize, sugarcane, pulses, oilseeds, etc. So these are some of the crops which is being growing in the alluvial soil. So alluvial soil is a depositional feature है. So mostly it is seen in the plain areas. Plain area में you can see the alluvial soil. This is the characters. If you look at this, देखो यहाँ से गंगा रिवर एंड इंडस रिवर का सम ऑफ द ट्रिब्यूटरीज ये बनाता है इधर से ऐसा डिपोजिशन, एंड यहाँ से कौन आता है? ब्रह्मपुत्र. So this is how it is being distributed here. On the other side, यहाँ भी है, यहाँ कैसे है? नर्मदा आ रहा है and ताप्ती आ रहा है. So there is deposition from these two rivers as well. यहाँ महानदी, गोदावरी, कृष्णा and कावेरी. तो ये नदी यहाँ से भी आ रहा है. So there is big deposition of alluvium in this side as well. This is the newer alluvium. If you look, this is the river course of the river and it is depositing nearby. This is 𝐾𝐏𝗃, the newer alluvium, and 𝐵𝗃𝗃, the older alluvium. Flood plain area में इसका deposition you can see. Now the second one is the black cotton soil. So India में सबसे highest है alluvial soil. इसका कुछ doubt ही नहीं है. Now, when coming to the second important, that is actually the black cotton soil, which covers the plateauic region of India. Covers about 5.46 lakh. So comparatively lesser, almost 16.6% of the total geographical area of India. We have this black cotton soil. It is also known as the rigor soil, which means the cotton. Cotton soil, it is rigor means cotton hai. So it is also known as the rigor soil. Covered most of the Deccan. Deccan Traps kaisa hai? So ऐसा Indian area, Indian peninsular region, plateauic region है. तो यहाँ नीचे से लावा आएगा, ऐसा लावा आएगा, and through fissures, through small cracks, here क्या होगा? यहाँ spread होगा, magma spread होगा, ज्यादा से नहीं ऐसा spread होगा. So that is the Deccan Trap region of India है. So ये जब this rock get weathered, usually it is basalt है. So basalt, when it is getting weathered होगा, क्या होगा? Basalt is actually black in color है. So the soil's color also become black. ऐसा है. It is a mature soil है, and it has high water retaining capacity. So this is very good for cultivation. So which is the most cultivated crop here? That is the cotton. Abhi Maharashtra, when we say about Maharashtra, Gujarat there, and some part of Karnataka, we said this region is very much suitable for the cotton cultivation. So here we can see this black cotton soil. It is rich in iron content, then lime, calcium, potassium, aluminum, and magnesium. And deficient in nitrogen is पे कम है, phosphorus and और humus content भी यहाँ कम है, because it is not like alluvial soil. Alluvial soil बस deposition है, तो इसके अंदर organic energy. This is actually वो lava नीचे से आ रहा है, and it is spreading and getting cooled and converting to the rock, and again it is being weathered. ऐसा है. So इसके अंदर organic matter आने का chances बहुत कम है. So it is deficient in organic matter and humus content. Color deep black to light black है. Texture is clayey texture है maximum इसका. So इसका spread, if you look, गुजरात region में है, महाराष्ट्र में है, some portions of Karnataka में है, and some portions of Goa में. You can see this black cotton soil. इसका spread at this area. Covers almost 16.6% of the total geographical area of India. This is black cotton soil. You can see the corn is cultivating at this area. So that is the second one. And the third important rock, soil is the red soil or the yellow soil based on its color. Almost same composition है. Red soil बोलने से भी हो गया. But there are, if the ferrous content is comparatively lesser, then the color will change to yellow. So we can say it as red or yellow soil. The red soil occupies vast area, that is only 3.5, almost 10.6% of the total geographical area. So 45 plus 15, almost 60 हो गया, 61, 62% हो गया. This is 10%, which is being covered. So 70% is of the India, more than 70%, or between 70 to 75% is covered by alluvial soil, then the black soil, and the red and yellow soil. Seen in low rainfall areas. यहाँ इसके अंदर ऐसा है, उधर rainfall comparatively lesser है इस एरिया पे, and it has porous, that means gap होगा, पानी को अंदर घुस पाएगा, and friable है, that is it is stretchable है, this rock ये जो soil. Then deficient in क्या किस में है? Lime इसमें कम है, phosphate, manganese, nitrogen, humus and potash. So from the इसमें जो ज्यादा चाहिए था fertility के लिए वो बहुत कम है इसके अंदर. So fertility is comparatively lesser for this red and yellowish soil, and color is red because of ferric oxide. Ferrous content इसमें ज़्यादा है. Iron content इसमें ज़्यादा है. That is why it is in red color. If the ferrous oxide is comparatively lesser, it will turn to be yellow color. ऐसा है. Texture is sandy to clayey and loam. So clayey, loomy, and sandy texture. So soft texture में you can see the red soil. Main crops includes wheat, cotton, pulses, tobacco, oilseeds, potato, etc. is being cultivating, but it is not that much fertile like alluvial soil. If you look at the picture, you can see red soil is distributed. Many area पे इसका distribution है. At these places, especially the southern part of India, then Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and in our Arunachal Pradesh, you can see some areas with red and yellow soil hai. Also, we have in Nagaland, Mizoram, some portions of Meghalaya, Tripura, most of the northeastern state mein you can see this presence of this red and yellow soil. So this is how it is being seen. So mostly hilly area का भी presence उसी area पे you can see. So that is how the red soil is being distributed in India. Now moving to the laterite soil. So laterite soil, if you take laterite soil on one side and red soil on the other side, there are a lot of similarities. Even the color, if you look, you can see the similarities. But regarding the porosity of the soil, regarding the water content of the soil, regarding the nutrient content of the soil, it varies. Both of them looks in red color mein hai, because in the laterite soil also you have the iron content. Iron content इसमें भी ज़्यादा है. Ferric oxide इसमें ज़्यादा है. So come from the Latin word later, which means brick. So laterite soil is mainly used for making bricks. Bricks बनाने के लिए we are using this laterite soil, because so soft when wet and so hard when dry. So laterite soil, it is porous है. It has the ability to get water inside. Water अंदर लेने का इसका तो capacity है. When it gets water, moisture content, it will become soft. But if there is no water, or if we burn it, then it will lose its moisture content. It will become very hard. In the areas of high temperature and high rainfall, you can see the laterite, because most of the nutrients क्या होगा, leaching, because leaching is very high. इसका तो क्या होगा, जो भी चीज है, lime silica will be leached off. अभी ऐसा एक रॉक स्ट्रक्चर है, सोचो तो यहाँ पानी आ रहा है, तो क्या होगा, लीचिंग. ये दिस इज पोरस है, तो इसके अंदर पानी जल्दी घुसेगा. तो जो लाइम कंटेंट एंड सिलिका कंटेंट है इसी एरिया का, दैट विल बी लीच्ड एंड डिपॉजिट एट द बॉटम लेयर. बॉटम लेयर में ये तो होगा, बाकी पूरा दिस विल बी रिमूव्ड. लाइम एंड सिलिका विल बी removed. That is called leaching, just like filtering and taking it to the bottom. Leaching. So it is rich in iron content and aluminium. So because of this iron content, it is in red color. Deficient in nitrogen, potash, potassium, lime, and humus. Just like red soil, this soil is also not that much fertile. We can cultivate, but we don't get the output like alluvial soil or black soil jaisa output. It will not give. Usually red in color hai, and main crops is rice, ragi, sugarcane, cashew nuts are mainly produced in. Alluvium भी है, तो इसके अंदर bauxite और भी है, iron और भी है. You see, yeah, if you look at the distribution of the soil, it is not that much widely distributed. It is partially seen, especially seen in coastal regions, coastal areas of Karnataka and Kerala. Coastal regions of Karnataka and the hilly regions, Western Ghats regions of Kerala, you can see. Other than this, we can see in Eastern Ghat region, you can see the distribution. And some portions of Assam, Meghalaya, and Nagaland, we can see the distribution. Remaining small area, you can see in Gujarat and Rajasthan region, maybe you can see. So this is actually the laterite. When it is hard, इसमें moisture content नहीं है, we can use this for bricks. That is why it is known as later. Later means तो bricks है, तो laterite इसलिए इसे बोलता है. तो ऐसा hard rock जैसा होगा इसका characteristics. Then mountainous or forest soil. Mountainous area में, most of the mountainous area we know that it is been forest cover है. So this will usually seen in Himalayan region, the Western Ghat region, the Eastern Ghat region, and the Aravalli region. You can see the distribution of this mountainous and forest soil. It covers about 2.85 lakh square kilometer. That is about only 8.67% of the total geographical area. Mein we have the mountainous soil. The main peculiarity is this is immature soil. Kyonki this is mostly seen in the slopy region. So soil has no stability. It is always in a motion. ये तो नीचे नीचे धीरे धीरे जा रहा है. तो it is not at the जो rock soil है, it is always in a motion है. So it is actually immature है. Stability भी इसका बहुत कम है. Seen in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, even in Arunachal Pradesh, we can see the mountainous and the forest soil. Main crops are wheat, maize, barley, and temperate fruits. You can see. If you look at the distribution of the same, this is actually the mountainous soil. Most of the Himalayan region you can see, and some portions of अभी देखने से Aravalli region में होगा, Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat region में also you can see this mountainous and the forest soil. इसमें humus content ज़्यादा है. So इस mountain soil में humus content कम है, लेकिन in the forest soil we can see the presence of humus. Then arid and or the desert. So दोनों same है. Dry climate में sandy soil है, जो भी होता है, so that is actually the arid and the desert soil. Comparatively, it has the fertility power, but due to the lack of moisture content, it is not suitable for usual agriculture. If we will provide irrigation, then that can be used for agriculture purposes. So seen in arid and semi-arid conditions. So kahan pe hoga? Mostly in the northwestern side of India and the central portions of India, you can see arid and or the desert soil. Deposit mainly by the wind action. It covers about 1.42, that is about almost 4.32% of the total geographical area. We can see the distribution of arid or the desert soil है. Moisture content कम है, तो क्या होगा? Because of evaporation है. So what remains is the salt content. So it has high salt content है इसके अंदर. Lack of moisture and humus है. Kankar, impure calcium carbonate content is high, which restrict the infiltration of the water. तो ऐसा है, soil के अंदर एक कंकर layer होगा, that will prevent the water to go beyond that. So क्या होगा? Temperature भी ज्यादा है, so it will be get evaporated quickly. इसमें सबसे कम है, nitrogen is insufficient in this nitrogen. So fertility भी fertility के अंदर nitrogen इसके बहुत कम है, but this can be used for agriculture purpose if proper irrigation facility is provided. texture is sandy. No clay or loam, clay or loamy texture इसके अंदर नहीं है. And the color red to brown color है. If you look at the distribution, it is mainly seen in हमारा जो desert region है. There you can see the arid or the desert soil in India. Now moving to the saline and alkaline soil. So saline and alkaline soil is infertile soil है. Fertility कुछ भी नहीं है. It's usually seen in bad land में होगा. Agriculture के लिए this will not support agriculture because ऐसा है कुछ जगह में if you go to some of the areas, you can see in the soil there will be lot of white patches. The white patches क्या है? It is actually saline है, salinity है, salt है. So very high salt content. Because of the same, it is not possible to cultivate or agriculture is not possible there. Alkaline soil contain a large amount of NaCl, sodium chloride. तो इसमें ज्यादा है. तो ज्यादा नमकीन है ना, वही है वो इसमें ज्यादा है. Alkali content है इसके अंदर बहुत ज्यादा. So because of the same, the soil is infertile. So it is also known as the saline soil Re, Usar, Kallar, Rakar, Tur, and Chopan. This is local names which is being given to this saline and alkaline soil. Occupies about 68,000 square kilometer है. बहुत कम area में, especially near to the semi-arid or desert region के सामने, you can see most of this saline and alkaline soil mainly found in. If you look, you can understand that राजस्थान में है. तो राजस्थान में थार डेजर्ट है, उसके सामने ये राजस्थान, हरियाणा, पंजाब, यूपी, बिहार and Maharashtra. You can see the distribution of this saline and alkaline soil. So many places you can see this kind of distribution of the saline and alkaline soil. If you look at the picture, you can see white color patches here. So this is actually the NaCl or the salt deposit है. So not at all suitable for agriculture. Then we have the peaty and marshy soil. Peat. When we studied about coal के बारे में पढ़ा था, then we have said that the initial form of the coal is the peat. So peaty soil ऐसा है, इसके अंदर कार्बन कंटेंट है, बहुत ज्यादा कार्बन कंटेंट है. यूजुअली ब्लैक कलर में you can see. Mostly it has the humus content बहुत ज्यादा है. और the organic matter इसके अंदर बहुत ज्यादा है. So that is why it is known as the peaty or marshy. So marsh clay content इसके अंदर. So दो तरह का है. Mostly seen in wetland area में you can see this marshy soil. Peaty soil is also seen in marshy land में है, but it's not in all marshy land, but is located to some specific areas. So areas of heavy rainfall and high humidity we can see, because marshy means clay. clay के अंदर clay कैसे बनेगा? बहुत कुछ पानी चाहिए. तो बहुत कुछ पानी water logging area होगा. So almost all the soil is deposit like ऐसा होगा, clay जैसा हो जाएगा. That is why it is known as the marshy soil. Growth of vegetation is very less है, क्योंकि उसके ऊपर पानी भी साथ में होगा. A large quantity of dead organic matter, humus, that is 10 to 40% of the organic matter is can. That is why I said PT. वो convert होके लास्ट में coal बन जाता है. So उसके अंदर organic matter or the humus content is very high. Usually in black color में you can see the PT soil. ये कहाँ पे है? PT soil. Local name इसका है curry. Curry means black. So blacks बोलता है curry means. So PT soil is mainly seen in Kerala, especially in Kottayam and Alappuzha, or in reality it is known as the Kuttanadu region. That is the area in India विच इज बिलो सी लेवल, सी लेवल से भी नीचे है ये जो जगह है, उधर यू कैन, उसी प्लेस में यू कैन सी द पीटी सोइल. So marshy soil is with high proportion of vegetation. उसी एरिया पे थोड़ा हाई प्रोपोर्शन में है. सीन द कोस्टल एरियाज ऑफ ओडिशा, तमिलनाडु, सुंदरबंस ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल, बिहार, अल्मोड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ उत्तरांचल. Mostly this marshy scene is wetland area में भी you can see this marshy soil. You look at this picture, you can see केरला में भी देख सकते हैं, and जहाँ पे estuaries है, you can see the deposition of the peat and the marshy soil. If you look at this, it is see this is actually a wetland, so the soil is almost black in color है. That is why it is known as curry or the peaty soil. These are the major soils types of India. So for your understanding, this is the texture. When we usually say it's a clay texture है, loamy texture है, sandy texture है, ऐसा बोलता है. So if you look, this is the clay texture है, fine है, इसमें ऐसा grains you can't see, it is continuous होगा, जैसे clay जैसा. We know, we have seen the clay ना, तो ऐसा continuous होगा, very fine grain है. Grain size is 0.0002 उतना millimeter है, इतना छोटा grain size है. Even it is very difficult to distinguish with our eyes. Then second one is the silty soil. It's comparatively better than the clay है. इसके अंदर if you rub our finger, if you take the soil in hand and rub it, we can feel a fine texture in it. So that is the silty one. It's considered, it is between 0.0002 to 0.005 millimeter के बीच में है. उसके ऊपर का फाइन साइज है sand. So usually sand size, अभी if you are going to a desert, you will get sand only. So bigger size है grains का. Or if you go to the coastal area also, or river near to the alluvial soil, when you move near to the river, you can see this fine, this sandy type का soils you can see. Then the gravel, which is much bigger than, that is almost 2 millimeter से ज़्यादा है इसका diameter. So this is how the grain size of the soil is distributed. सबसे fine grain है clay and सबसे coarse grain है gravel. ये याद रखना है. So that's it regarding the soil and its characteristic and its distribution in India. इसी एरिया पे कुछ डाउट है? दिस ये तो इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है. इसमें से ऐसे टाइप का क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है, वन वर्ड भी आ सकता है. कुछ डाउट नहीं है तो कैन स्टॉप. ये हाँ बोलो. यस दैट वी विल. ओके, वो भी इधर एक्सप्लेन करेगा. अभी एक्चुअली कंफर्मिटीज ऐसा है. देयर इज अ लैंडफॉर्म, जस्ट थिंक दैट देयर इज अ लैंडफॉर्म. ऐसा एक लैंडफॉर्म है, तो कुछ ना कुछ फोर्स स्ट्रेस के वजह से ये लैंडफॉर्म्स का डिफॉर्मेशन होगा. तो ऐसा लैंडफॉर्म ऐसा इरेगुलर हो जाएगा. So what are the stresses that we are facing is multiple stress होगा. One is compression. So दोनों साइड से कन्वर्ज हो गए, पुश. एक साइड से इधर आ रहा है, दूसरे साइड से फोर्स इधर आ रहा है. जैसे यहाँ से एक गाड़ी आ रहा है, दूसरे साइड से दूसरा, तो कोलाइड होने से इट विल मूव अप और डाउन. ऐसा होगा. दैट इज कंप्रेशनल फोर्स. देन टेंशनल फोर्स. टेंशन दोनों साइड से पुल कर रहा है, यहाँ से यहाँ, तो बीच में टूट जाएगा. सो दैट इज टेंशनल फोर्स. तीसरा है शियर फोर्स. ये एक साइड में जा रहा है फोर्स, यहाँ से यहाँ, दूसरा होगा यहाँ से यहाँ, तो स्लाइड होगा, स्लाइडिंग. So every rock structure on the Earth's surface is facing this problem. You have heard of folding. Folding mostly happens due to compressional forces. दोनों साइड से pressure होने से we have the fold, and due to tensional fold we have the fault structure है. तीसरा है disconformalities. So it consists of disconformalities, then unconformality और area है, then angular conformity. Dis and angular conformities है. इसमें अनकन्फॉर्मिटी ऐसा है, इसके सबसे नीचे एक इग्नियस और मेटामॉर्फिक का हार्ड रॉक होगा. हार्ड रॉक यहाँ होगा. अनकन्फॉर्मलिटीज इज प्योरली बेस्ड ऑन टाइम. कितना टाइम लगा है दूसरा डिपोजिशन के लिए. यूजुअली हैपेंस इन सेडिमेंट्री रॉक. अभी सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स असिस्ट है, वी नो. सेडिमेंट्री रॉक ऐसा है, पहले एक डिपोजिशन होगा, फिर इसके ऊपर दूसरा डिपोजिशन होगा, फिर इसके ऊपर तीसरा डिपोजिशन होगा. ऐसा मल्टीपल टाइम में इसका डिपोजिशन. सो दिस गैप, ये एक टाइम स्पैन में हो गया है. दिस, ये तो सेकंड टाइम स्पैन में हो. दिस आर एक्चुअली conformities. A time span. So disconformity, unconformity, and the angular conformity. If you look, angular conformity, unconformities ऐसा है, यहाँ एक पहले तो एक हार्ड रॉक था, मे बी इट इज एन igneous रॉक और इट इज मेटामॉर्फिक हार्ड रॉक है. इसके ऊपर देयर विल बी सेडिमेंटेशन प्रोसेस. सेडिमेंटेशन यहाँ डिपोज करना शुरू किया. दिस में टेक लॉन्ग ईयर्स, बहुत ईयर से इसका ऊपर सेडिमेंटेशन हो जाएगा, एंड इट विल बिकम ए सेडिमेंट्री रॉक ओवर दिस. तो इन दोनों के बीच में एक गैप है. दिस इज ए हार्ड रॉक एंड दिस इज सेडिमेंट्री रॉक फॉर्मेशन. दिस टाइप ऑफ conformities is known as the unconformality. दोनों अलग है rocks, and there is different in the time span as well. Now angular conformalities ऐसा है, there will be sedimentary rock यहाँ है. So because of some kind of compressive force, इसका तो shape, ये जो shape था, it will become ऐसा कुछ फोल्ड होकर ऐसा शेप हो गया. So ऐसा शेप हो गया है. तो क्या होगा, डिपोजिशन भी इसके ऊपर डिपोजिशन हो रहा है, एंड क्या होगा, इट विल बी इन द शेप, एंगुलर शेप में होगा, नॉट इन ए स्ट्रेट. ऐसा स्ट्रेट नहीं है, एंगुलर शेप में इसका होगा. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली वन सेडिमेंट्री रॉक इन ए फोल्डेड वे. सेकंड इसके ऊपर ऐसा एंगुलर शेप में इसका डिपोजिशन होगा. दैट इज नोन एज दिस एंगुलर कन्फॉर्मल. एंड दिस कन्फॉर्मलिटी ऐसा है, जस्ट लाइक एक के ऊपर, दिस इज अ सेडिमेंट्री रॉक डिपोजिशन, आफ्टर सम टाइम देयर विल बी सेकंड डिपोजिशन. सो दैट इज हाउ इट इज बीइंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. सो डिसकन्फॉर्मलिटी, अनकन्फॉर्मलिटी एंड एंगुलर कन्फॉर्मलिटी, दिस इज द डिफरेंस. एंगुलर में ऐसा है, देयर विल बी सम डिस्टॉर्शन टू द बेसिक सेडिमेंट्री. जो बेस में था, पहले नीचे का जो सेडिमेंट्री रॉक था उसका डिफॉर्मेशन हो गया था. इसके ऊपर बाद में अगेन देयर विल बी डिपोजिशन, है. तो पहले जैसा स्ट्रेट शेप नहीं है, इट इज इन सम एंगल, इसमें बन जाएगा. दैट इज एंगुलर conformalities. Understood?
Non-conformity.
वही अनकन्फॉर्मिटी और नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी सेम है.
अनकन्फॉर्मिटी और नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी सेम है.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. ओके,
थैंक यू सर.
Okay then.